With his selection of recycled Imperial drones, Biden is indicating that he hopes to undo the damage caused by the Trump administration and restore the United States to its role as world cop, says an article from December 14, 2020 called "George Bush's Neocons Are Back Thanks to the Democrats." The Stalinists, who are symbolized by Ammon, with the neocons being the Trotskyites symbolized by Moab, the left-right paradigm that makes up the unipolar globalist cabal that's trying to sabotage the formation of multipolarity in the modern-day world, according to Lavrov, who is Russia's current foreign minister, in an article from December 12th called "Russia Witnessing Attempts to Slow Down Formation of Multipolar World." In another article from December 8th, Lavrov said the West, led by the United States, continues to promote a unipolar international order while Russia and China oppose it. So it's Edom, which means red, versus Ammon and Moab until the Great Horn of the He-Goat, which is the United Nations, gets broken, so to speak, after which the new world order emerges at the woe of the fifth trumpet. The war between the unipolar and the multipolar globalists, with Kenites in leadership positions on both sides, being what nation shall rise against nation means in Luke chapter 21 verse 10, because it's the goat fig nation through Edom rising up against its antithesis, the Stalinists and the Trotskyites, symbolized by Ammon and Moab. That's what destroys the one who sends a raiser of taxes, which is the same thing as the great horn of the he-goat of Daniel chapter 8 verse 8, the United Nations. And once it's broken, which is the same word in the Hebrew as destroyed, in Daniel chapter 11 verse 20 is when the so-called New World Order emerges, and the he-goat at that time becomes the leopard of Daniel chapter 7, when Satan and his angels get cast from heaven to earth, which may even be depicted as an alien invasion, causing the one world system to come together almost immediately. The fearful sights from heaven Christ foretold us of in Luke chapter 21 verse 11, looking forward most likely to those highly polished spectrum metal vehicles containing Satan and his fallen angel locust army, Daniel's exclusively supernatural fourth beast, which rises up in a one-world political system at the woe of the fifth trumpet, along with the leopard, which is symbolic of the Kenites and their four hidden dynasties, the bear, which is the Ezekiel 38 confederacy headed by Gog, which is that red nation called Edom, with the lion being symbolic of the Christian nations up until 666, when they become non-Christian nations, when most Christians die spiritually when they worship Satan instead of Christ, which is what Antichrist means, the false rock who appears in Jerusalem after the deadly wound to the one-world political system you can read of in Revelation chapter 13, as well as chapter 16, where the fifth vial being poured out on the seat of the beast is symbolic of the so-called New World Order being wounded to death, so to speak, after which Satan appears as the false Christ when the sixth vial is poured out upon the great river Euphrates. That's when the 70 evenings begin. The 70 years in captivity to the Babylon of old were a type of. The true Christ won't return until the seventh vial is poured out into the air, as you can see in Revelation chapter 16 verse 17, and that won't happen until immediately after the last 2.5 months or 70 evenings of the hour of temptation that begin at 666. And as the true Christ says in the last verse of Mark chapter 13, "What I say unto you, I say unto all, watch."